In Where the Wild Things Are, Sendak shows Max, the little hero, both in a very conventional kind of home setting, and then also inside the fantasy that he creates when he is angry at the way he's treated by his mother. And I think Sendak found a really brilliant way of showing those two aspects of a child's experience. In the book, the child's room to which he's sent without his supper as a punishment, morphs into a forest. And children who've had any experience with fairy tales, will recognize probably that that forest is the forest in which fairy tales are set, which means it's the place where things are wilder and less predictable, and where there may be danger, but there also are more possibilities than in ordinary life. And I think Sendak associates the fantasy side of the story with the child both recognizing both the vulnerability that they as children experience, but also the power that they have to imagine themselves onward in life, and to change things and to grow. So I think he did it better than just about anybody else as a picture book artist. He certainly has had lots of imitators, but the structure of Where the Wild Things Are is so beautiful and refined, and it carries the child through in a very logical way, from the ordinary to the fantastic and back. And it really makes it, very understandable. The funny thing is that when Sendak was making the book, the part he got stuck on was how to get Max back home, because he couldn't, for a while, think of why a child who had everything that they wished for would want to give that up, But what he realized, which was, I guess you could say, a psychological insight about what children really are like, is that it wasn't enough for Max to get the better of his mother over the thing that enraged him at the beginning. As a child, he still needed the love of his mother. He still needed that, intense attachment and the nourishment that provides, as symbolized in part by the hot supper which is waiting for him. So it's food, but it's also love, and that is what would bring a child back to real life, and that's what happens in the story.